and it's a sort of federated nation because we have 32 departments, each of which has a director.
How this heritage is evolving, and we are talking in particular European public administration. So this is what this event is about. Should act with one voice as one unique, of course, application and so on.
Because of course IT also uses a lot of computers.
How can we apply that to, let's say, another field of application?
We had several small computing servers distributed all over the department.
The team is spread over the campuses. We have not a legal entity, putting everyone together at some site. It might be interesting, but we're governed by the Research Foundation Flanders. And we are present in all the 5 universities in Flanders. PC systems, but also on cloud infrastructure and also on huge data storage.
Our chairman likes to give this historical perspective, right, on the evolution of this technology.
We have, in fact, if we look at hardware, we have 4 sites. Although there are 5 universities in France, Tier 1 advisory boards. They don't go about sites.
An Irish university, but then there was a strong presence from Belgium and from
the budget for the Tier 2. So the Tier 2s are at university campuses. Each university runs its own Tier 2.
That we could adopt to advance. And the feeling was that there was an increasing need for computing.
I will first discuss how we organize ourselves in Flanders, so the governance of the Flemish Supercomputer Center. And now I will get
competencies, but also the interests are actually flowing much more naturally in this community than what occurred before these initiatives. Our objective was
over the years, we started with HPC and we always attracted the usual suspects like fluid dynamics.
HPC initiatives, and I was pleased as well to, have been rather.
So their budget would not be wise to spend on their own infrastructure, so they put it in the basket of Guy Leuven. And
a good example. Now, we don't want to know if this is something that you proposed or the region then pushed you to do so, but you are a very good example of what we call in the region information. And maybe nowadays AI is nothing without infrastructure, and HPC is maybe 1-3%. So we are not that far.
And research and implementation, because what the European Commission does is not only research, but it's also from lab to fab, we say, so from laboratory
to Brussels at that time. So Semejo,
health department is under government, it's public administration. How much can you speed up the queue when you need to have a visit? It is about strategy. Building a supercomputer alone wouldn't bring all the benefit that we are looking for. So we need computing. In order to use AI, so artificial intelligence, you need a good network. You can have optimized design for aircrafts, just as an example.
Now pretty much not knowing that it was AI, but 20 years ago, basically, AI, who cares?
Back. But very on top of that is something that was started in Europe. So on ICT and computing, Europe has a long story, because if you consider
that we are coming from, so the previous machine had 0 GPU, okay? So we
work together, stronger, so that we make it happen even in Europe, because what we like is actually private investors. So European Union is strong. We have an AI Act exactly to protect also the users from the misuse, I would say, of the artificial intelligence. We have a European strategy for data. People that are actually engineers that work on database, iCloud, and so on, they see that the European Union not only works on funds, it works. So what I'm going to do now is actually to explain what we can use it for national, international, and European security. So we are talking about cybersecurity. So not only we can defend ourselves.
Of course, space is not that far, so we work quite a bit for ESA. And today, well, the transition